Hey, welcome back. Now that you've got all the details of what is NLP, what is the NLP communication model, and also the history of NLP, now is the time to move ahead and understand a lot of things related to the pillars and principles of NLP. The first one is perception is projection. Well, you can see on the slide just now what Carl Jung is saying. What Carl Jung is saying is that everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Isn't that true? Well, to explain to you what is perception is projection, I have a little bit of a small experiment that I'm going to do with you. So, wherever you are sitting, just next to you, think of that there is some alien that's sitting that's come from, let's say, the 13th galaxy after Milky Way. And let's call this person George. Okay. Now, George is sitting over there and it's come from outer space. Now, what do you see over there? Can you describe this alien for me? I think what you would be seeing is probably the depiction that you've seen in all the movies, how aliens are shown over there. The question is, have you ever seen an alien? Some of you may claim, but I think most of you will say that no, I mean, we've never seen alien, and what we can see over there is, let's say, a green creature sitting over there with big eyes and maybe some antennas or something like that. And you'll realize one thing, that what you perceive about the word alien, you are projecting that on the chair next to you. That is simply put, perception is projection. Now tell me one thing. Let's another example of this. Let's say you on a Sunday lazy afternoon, you are sitting in your house and the doorbell rings, and then you open the door, and what you see in front of you is a person in tie and formally dressed, and is carrying a bag, okay, and he has a nice smiling face. Maybe not a natural smile, but a put-up smile. What do you think this person is here for? I am sure what you are saying, what you will be saying now is, maybe this person is a salesman. I was not expecting a salesman, or I was not expecting anybody to come home. So if this person has turned up with this clothing and that smile on the face and with that bag, maybe this person has come here to sell me something. Well, may not be really the case, because maybe this person could be maybe your friend's friend who's come to you for some advice or something like that. See, again, that's the perception that you had. You are projecting it, when you are interacting with that person. Well, I have another interesting experiment for you. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you a picture of a woman, and you are going to think to yourself, what is your first impression about this woman? Remember, how much time does it take to form a first impression? Hardly 3 to 6 seconds, I think. Yes, you see so many people for the first time every day, and yes, each and every time you have certain first impression about that person. May not be accurate, but yes, you do have certain first impression. So here's the picture which I am showing you. Now this is the picture of a woman or of a girl, and so what's your first impression about this? Well, some of you might say that she looks like a party animal. Some of you all might say that seems to be an extrovert, likes going out, happy-go-lucky person, enthusiastic, gregarious, etc., etc. Well, I'm sure you have your own. I mean, I'm saying this from my model of the world, and I'm sure you have your own impression about her. I have another picture. Now tell me, what's your first impression about this person? Well, some of you will say that seems to be a very serious person. Yeah. Seems to be maybe studious, maybe focused, maybe she's thinking about something, maybe she is a thinker, a logical person, analytical person, things like that. Well, I have some news for you, and the news is, look at this. Well, you see both these pictures now. Do you understand what it is? Well, both these girls are actually the same. It's the same girl that I'm talking about. What was your first impression when I showed you the first picture, and what is your first impression about the second picture? And actually, and you know, there's a story to this. The story is that in the first picture was clicked when she got married to the person that she's standing next to, a multi-millionaire, and this was the picture when she got married then. And then what happened was she killed that person, okay, murdered that person, and the second picture was clicked when she was coming out of the courtroom facing trial. Now, those of you who are trainers over there, who train people on managing first impressions, making an impact at workplace, you can totally use this example, because see how you carry yourself, you are going to, you know, in a sense, people are going to have that kind of perception about you. Yes, you can't manage other people's perceptions. Hence, it is, you know, better to be safe. Prevention is better than cure. Now, you might ask me a question that is first impression the last impression? Well, is it the first impression the last impression? Well, I believe that it's not the last impression, but you know, to change the first impression, it takes quite a lot of work and quite a lot of time. So, when you want people to have the right perception about you, why not be safe about it? Yes. Now, every single day you go to work, you are meeting clients, you are meeting a lot of other people, you are making new friends. Some of you all might want to, maybe unmarried as of now, may want to get married someday, and obviously you will say that I want to be me, and I want somebody to get married to me and accept me the way I am. Well, that's true. In fact, that's how it should be. Because if you put on a mask all the time, what you are doing is you are projecting yourself to be somebody else, and that's not really a good thing, because you can't sustain that for your entire life. So, if you want people to have the right kind of perceptions about you, yes, there are certain things that you need to take care of. And at the same time, make sure that your mask is not a plastic mask which you cannot put on and keep it in place for for the entire life, because you won't be able to do it. That's perception is projection. Well, you know, perception is projection also talks about how you see yourself in a mirror. What is your impression about yourself? Do you see, if you are a cat, do you see yourself as a lion? Well, I would say then that is probably overconfidence. And if you are a cat and if you see yourself as a mouse, then I think there is something, little bit of inferiority complex. Well, if you are a cat, then you should know your own SWOT analysis. I am just giving an example of a cat because I found that picture to be, which you are seeing just now, I found that picture to be quite appropriate. If you see yourself as certain person, the self-awareness is supposed to be there, your SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, you should be very well aware. So, look at yourself the way you are, because nobody is like you. I'll tell you another story about, I was sitting with my friend, okay, and this is again related to perception is projection. I was sitting with a friend in a cafeteria, and one person entered the cafeteria. This person was wearing a sleeveless t-shirt, and this man actually had a tattoo all over the all over the left arm. And my friend said, well, look at that person, it's a drug addict. I said, why? Do you know this person? She said, no. How do you know he's a drug addict? Because he's got a tattoo. I said, what has tattoo got to do with being a drug addict? She said, well, yes, it is like that. Then I asked her, have you met any drug addict, or rather, have you, all the drug addicts that you've seen in your life, do all of them have tattoos? She said, yes. You see, this is a perception that she had, and then she was projecting it, you know, and I'm sure if at workplace or any other areas of life, if she would meet a person with a tattoo, she's going to label that person as a drug addict. That's not such a good thing, because then the behavior that you're going to project is not going to be appropriate. Well, I have a tattoo, really, I do have a tattoo, and I am not a drug addict. Okay. So, perception is projection as a principle of NLP, as a pillar of NLP is extremely important, because if we start judging other people, if we start being unreasonable, about other people, if we start being unreasonable about ourselves, then our conduct is going to change. We are going to start judging the book by its cover, and that's not such a good idea. Give it some time. You will learn new things about other people and your behavior will change. There's one important statement which Abraham Lincoln made at one point of time, that I don't like that person, I must get to know him better. That's a nice statement, isn't it? So his first impression about that person told him that there's nothing much to like about this person. But then he realized that I must get to, because all the things that he knew about that person were the things that he did not like. So he made a statement that I must get to know him better so that I can get to know more things that may be common with me, so that I can work with this person. That's the appropriate way of going about it. Yeah. So this is the first pillar of NLP. And then of course the second pillar is cause and effect. Are you at the cause end of the equation, or are you at the effect end of the equation? Well, this part we are going to look at in the next video. Okay.